So here's my DIY CNC mill I've been working on for a long time. Finally got around to rewiring it and actually making the VFD work. And I feel there's a few people out there that don't know how to wire the VFD. And just like me, I was very, very confused. But it's pretty simple. I'm using Mach 3. I'm using a Bob 1205 relay and PWM 0 to 10 volt converter. I have 110 input, spindle output, and then I have these connections here. I have DCM and forward come over here and they go to a relay. When the relay is told to close by Mach 3, it jumps the wires together, closes the common and the forward, and the spindle starts. As for the PWM speed, I have ACM and V1 connected here. Same thing, they come across and they go to this here. This is a 12 volt input, PWM input, 0 to 10 volt output. And it took some adjusting of that pot to get all the voltages right. But when I tell Mach 3 to send out the 12 volt signal, or sorry, the 0 to 5 volt signal for the PWM, it leaves the board on my pin configured 9. And it comes over here and it sends 0 to 5 volts PWM in, and this says 0 to 10 volts PWM out. I did just read my manual and it does say that there is a 0 to 5 volts. So I technically, I guess, didn't need that, even though everything I found on the internet said I did. I hope this helps somebody getting their VFD going and working with Mach 3. My booklet was really good with my Huanyang. Came with this thick book here. It was actually very, very helpful, and it also comes with this diagram here, kind of giving you your inputs. So here you can see I used ACM, ground, and V1. I did have to change the jumpers on the board from using the internal pot to the external voltage right there. I moved it from VR to VI, which is V1 input, to get the speed working. And I also had to configure PD070 to 0 for 0 to 10 volt input. When I got it, it was set for 0 to 5 volt input, which I guess I could have just used a 0 to 5 volt input from the board and not have to use this converter. But everything I read said I did, and I didn't realize that till after I'd already ordered it and it showed up. So pretty much I have a 12 volt power supply feeding 12 volts into that converter. Then I have 5 volt power supply feeding all the 5 volt rails, and it also feeds the board, which then 0 to 5 volts comes out and goes in there. I hope this helps. I'll be using that 12 volt, I believe it's a 10 amp. 12 volt 5 amp for powering some of those relays to turn air solenoids on and off for misters and stuff. Hope this helps.